Hello, my name is Keej Tv, and you may be wondering to yourself, Jack, Mr. Keej TV, this isn't the best of 2025. You've lied. You've defrauded us once again. You lying sneaky bastard. And I would say true. Very true. Truthnik. This is actually a War for Cybertron 2010 funny YouTube Let's Play. And the reason why there's no best of 2025 is because there's fuck all videos for me to really make a best of 2025 video about. Yeah, I remember that Keej TV 2025 kind of preview, that cool video of all the animation, all the projects I've been working on. Some of them I've been working on for years, on and off at that point. That's not coming out this year, no, because it is December 31st at 7:30, and I am sat here after about a dozen attempts to record this video. Hopefully this is the one that's going to make it, because I've tried to record myself talking to the camera. I've tried to record myself doing live kind of commentary over playing games and shit, and I've just gotten distracted and ended up talking about how beautiful and over the top and gorgeous and amazing War for Cybertron is. Like, I just need to fucking focus and talk about how I've got a lot to get off my chest regarding this YouTube channel, right? And that's not to say I haven't done anything I haven't done anything worthwhile this year. I got Stuart Hudson to voice fucking Armada Galvatron, amazing impression for animation. That was a highlight. I'm really inspired by that guy's stuff. Growing up, you can definitely see his influence in the kind of voices I've done over the years with videos. And I would only have met that guy through my kind of connections I've made through doing all these YouTube animations. You know, the kind of the way transactionary kind of silly YouTube video kind of collaborations, I guess you would call them, can turn into genuine friendships. I did another TFN. That was something, at least, going down to Smelly Wanker Fest 2024 and having a fun time. That might be the last kind of TFN video in that format. I think I think that video was the start of me realising I had to change up quite a few things, and it's kind of culminated in this video. I did Randywatch 2020. I haven't done Randywatch 2025. Hold on. Right, Randywatch 2025. Still got this guy in the box. I've got this other one, and the Tupperware dish with all the fucking the bubble wrap. All right. Now last year I transformed him. Let's see if I can transform him back. All right. Fuck. Let's see if I can transform him back. Fuck. Oh wait, what the fuck? I thought. Okay, I said this last year, but I thought he would break. I thought he would break doing that. No, but I guess I transformed Randy like back and forth successfully after waiting like a year between each time. Make it that what you will. I'm running out of ideas here. Fuck. Okay, right. Sorry. Okay, that's that done. Anyway, I've done. It's not as if I've just been sat my arse. Because I'm 23 years old, right? I got a whole life outside of this, right? This is a 3K YouTube subscriber channel, right? This is a grain. This is a speck. This is minuscule. This is hobby level YouTube channel, right? But in the past, I haven't treated it as so. Especially with these, like, name and point, right? These best of year videos, right? Where I would emulate a kind of bigger YouTuber. I hate that word. A bigger kind of YouTube cunt, right? I would emulate them, and I would use it as an excuse to look back in the year, but also get a smidgen more ad revenue, a bit more kind of worthwhileness out of all those animations I did, because the people who make the most views on this website, they're either filthy rich, funded by Saudi Arabia for some reason, or they put in they kind of have the game of putting in the minimal effort but getting 1 trillion views, because I don't know. I don't know. But the point is, it's hard to be an animator on YouTube. You've heard this song and dance a million times before, right? So I think to myself, I'll get some more. I'll play the game, right? And I'll get some more kind of bang for my buck with these stop motions I pour my heart and soul into. I remember for Voyagers Season 2 Episode 2, I really burnt myself out. It was just a week of like horrible sleep schedules, fucking pouring my heart and soul into that video, and despite like days and just non-stop working in that video, it felt like there would always be something more I had to do, and I'd run out of time and I'd have to push it back another day. That kind of stuff where that was the early kind of signs of me burning out, right? But of just like me realizing real life doesn't work like that, where I can't just pour my heart and soul into this kind of animation stuff in a vacuum, right? Because I remember back in 2020, right? This is the kind of point I've been trying to hammer around whenever I've been trying to record this video and getting all this stuff off my mind over and over again. In 2020, right? Guys, everyone's inside. Upload 1 billion YouTube videos. Take advantage of this. Get everyone watching your stuff, right? And I thought to myself, I'm going to get all Voyager Season 2 out in 2020, right? That was the plan in 2019 when I was just coming out of high school. 2020 when I graduated, right? The plan was, let's fucking get all this out. Let's pass with flying colours and move on to the next chapter of my life, right? And now it's 2025, right? I barely got the Shadowplay anthology out in 2020, man, right? Whole different thing went down. And that's because in the 5 years since I thought I was going to get Voyagers done, and I've got like 1 or 2 episodes out of Season 2, I've worked multiple jobs. I've went through a crap college to a good uni. I'm about to get my degree in 2026 for animation, and hopefully find myself a job to out of this finally. I've fallen in love. I've been all over the place. I've met so many different kinds of people. Hopefully my animation has improved. I've learned 3D animation, that kind of thing, where it's like I'm a completely different person than I was before, right? And this kind of evolving, ever-changing retrospective I like to do at the end of the year, I've realised I don't regret any of this stuff, right? I don't regret in 2020 just not being there for the big zeitgeist bullshit YouTube, whatever you want to call it, right? I'm happy I was doing my own thing, right? Because when you have fucking 3K subscribers on YouTube, what else can you do but your own thing? What are you gonna follow the big guys and just get like drowned out by everything? I cannot keep uploading YouTube shorts and community posts instead of like sincere big long videos that I really do love, right? It's nice to turn the same animation and churn it up into like 3 distinct YouTube shorts, or re-upload the Base Z1 Thanksgiving video slightly different as a YouTube short every Thanksgiving for the American audience I have, right? But it burns you out, man, right? Like, it really does burn you out, because I was feeling that at 2020 when I just got out of high school and I had a nasty rotten year. I was feeling it when I just got out of college and I was feeling nasty, and I still had to put out trying different videos because I had my own little schedule where I gotta get the Christmas video out, I gotta get the Halloween video out, I gotta make a Keej Tv Halloween compilation that gets 700 views. Like, I just need to get real, right? And it's so nice to say it out loud and hopefully not embarrass myself in front of a bunch of strangers online, and just be honest with this kind of stuff, and hopefully use that as a kind of stepping stone where it's like, I've said it, I've put it out there. Hopefully that means I can just change for the better, because I've talked about this so many times with people. I've talked about this so many times to myself. All these kind of thoughts I've had in my head. There's been nights where I've barely gotten any sleep because I'm thinking about all these imaginary viewers I've made up in my mind getting upset that Voyager Season 2 isn't out. And I've had like, what, 12 max kind of comments. Like, obviously it's like a joke with me and my pals. We're like, oh, when the fuck is it coming out? You know, haha, tee-hee. That kind of thing where it's like, you know, just, oh, thing has not come out yet. That's the joke, right? But genuine kind of stranger comments, like just comments from random people on the computer. I've gotten like 12 max, right? I've totally just kind of put myself in this hypothetical box where, for this YouTube channel that, you know, if I get a paycheck from Google every once in a while, sure, why not, right? But this kind of thing where I have so many ideas, I pour my heart and soul into it, right? I have so much space in this house dedicated to props and 2 million toys and all these different plans and scripts written out, both physically and on the computer, like Word documents, that kind of thing. I can't treat this thing like a business, right? When I need to get myself a car. I need to, dare I say, get myself a mortgage. I need to try and see if I can survive in this world that's seemingly falling apart, and realise that, passionate as I am, as much as I've poured the years into like silly Transformers robot cartoon animations and Base Z1 and shit posts and getting to be like kickstarting the biggest Transformers stop motions new movie and going down to TFN and like meeting all these kind of people, like of course that passion gets me somewhere, but at the end of the day it's just a hobby. It's just me trying to see if I can on the side improve my skills as an animator, which is the career I clearly want, while doing something I'm really happy about, like something I really care about, which happens to be little baby toys, right? I gotta realize that there's a whole other world out there, man. And you know, sitting here in New Year's Eve talking about things like this because I feel obligated to, it's got to stop, right? Fucking as soon as it hits midnight, right? You're gonna just see these YouTube shorts, these community posts. You're gonna see any kind of semblance of a schedule just to, like slowly would dwindle off, right? There's gonna be no promises from now on out, right? I'm not gonna, because no one expects me to put out a Christmas special. No one expects me to do so and so. It's just that all these other people who have far much more of a following, have like a dedicated audience, who have this kind of thing they rely on with the kind of YouTube thing where they, you know, they take advantage of the fact that they have like a trillion people watching them, and that like they're gonna get a fat paycheck from being timeline talking about the latest kind of news cycle. Like if I'm sat here still giving a shit about Combiner Wars Bruticus when they've just revealed that big new one because I don't care about the 40-year-old tuner model sheep Bruticus, and I have far much more sentimentality about the Brawl and by extension his team that got me back into Transformers way back in like 2016, that put me in this path I am now, the kind of butterfly effect, right? If if I'm that much of a niche nerd, right, we'll put it that way, then why should I have any kind of expectation but catering to myself, right? No promises. There's going to be no promises from here on out, man. I love Voyager Season 2, right? Me and PJ have came up with some amazing ideas for it. Every time we delay it, right, there's like a trillion more ideas that come out as a result, and then we're like, oh fuck, we gotta put this out eventually, but what if we also did this? And then I'll find myself with like a million more ideas, and and between all that I need to put out like a trillion community posts, and again a million YouTube shorts, and then real life will hit me again, because again I'm 23 years old. Trying to get his degree, trying to get some money on the table, trying to save up for the future, that kind of thing. And it's like, why don't I just fucking put out the video when it's ready? Why don't I just think to myself, it's not ready yet, it's going to be ready eventually, right? But there's no promises. And I hope I'm making sense here, right? Because this has been a good dozen minutes of me just talking, no kind of script, no kind of notes, just talking straight from the heart about how this is such a kind of in-depth, complicated topic. You could talk about this kind of stuff for hours and hours, about how the kind of online creation sphere is such a blessing but such a curse, how the animation world has changed so drastically, right? So drastically in the past kind of decade or so. The way art is interpreted in this kind of world, and using art for my little gay baby cartoon robots it's a choice, right? But that's what it is at the end of the day. I feel so inspired by all this kind of stuff, even just the nice, gorgeous kind of oil painting looking art you would see in the OG1 boxes. Even fucking God forbid I go down this rabbit hole, the art of the Action Masters, the design aesthetics that Andy Cousin chose for the Action Master Elites, that kind of stuff, where there's so much to talk about, so much to obsess over, right? But time is what affects it, right? You'll spend so much time worrying about this stuff, so much kind of time worrying about the fact that you don't have enough time, that before you know it, you're sat there on New Year's Eve, realizing that something's got to change because you haven't taken advantage of the time. And that's what I want to start doing now, right? I'm gonna just go back to how it was, right? Go back, and people want to go back in time with the knowledge of the future, right? And in a way, I'm doing that. I want to go back to how it was back with Voyagers Season 1, where I just put out videos like whenever I felt like it. I would just put out Season 1, Episode 4 on like a random like Wednesday night, and then I'd be like talking about it with my pals, like in school after. Like, did you see my new video? Like, yeah, I want to go into uni and just be like, I put out a funny cartoon where Bumblebee blows someone's head off, and I tried rotoscoping. I tried rotoscoping like a cool lightning effect over him or something like that. I just want to go back to that where it's like, you know, Keej Tv 2018. I used blue plasticine to simulate Bumblebee's cool electric stinger effect. Keej Tv 2026. I created a 3D effect for Bumblebee's lightning effect to make Voyagers look cool, and I hand drew all the lighting as the sparks reflect off and that kind of stuff. Where I would love to go back to the past just with the knowledge I've gained, and I guess that's what I'm gonna do. Fuck, whatever choice do I have? Put out put out a short fucking compiling all the Base Z1 fucking holiday specials. It's alright. Nah, fuck that. No promises. That's the kind of motto for the future. No promises. You're just gonna see what I can do. Cause it doesn't have to be fucking YouTube, right? Fuck YouTube. The fact I only tolerate these guys because that's where everyone else is, right? That's that kind of nasty pill you have to swallow with these kind of big monopolies, right? If I could put all these cartoons out on newgrounds.com or whatever fucking website benefited me more, I would. It's just I love to use copyrighted music. I love to just fucking put whatever I want into a video, and that kind of that disregard for playing by the rules. I'm such a bad boy. That kind of disregard for kind of trying to fit in with what other people have done, where sure I'll do a toy review, but it will just be like a nearly unedited 15 minutes of me yapping from the heart. Sure, I'll do a Transformers animation, but it won't be like the 10 millionth fucking Bayverse Megatron versus Optimus dramatic fucking bullshit lines. It'll be Skids getting involved in some kind of mad conspiracy where they dump his body in space, or it'll be, well, I can't say it yet, but I got a few crazy ideas coming out. I need to go back to that, right, and fucking stick myself to a schedule on when I'm going to put out the next YouTube short, or when I'm going to kind of take advantage of the Transformers news cycle or whatever. Like, I gotta stop that, because it's completely antithetical to this progress I've made on YouTube.com. And the sooner I go, you know, I've realised it, but the sooner I take that into effect, I think the happier and lighter I'm going to feel when it comes to making this kind of stuff. I think that's the cure for the burnout. I think it's the next kind of step forward. And if I'm wrong, you know, egg in my face. Sure, I fucked it again. But the one thing you're not going to see is me giving up. I just got to keep going. So until then, I don't know. Again, no promises. I don't know if I'll see you in 2026. But it could take me maybe a decade to put out some kind of crazy artsy-fartsy film. But in the likely chance that I will put out a cool new animation in 2026, I'll see you then, right? Kisses. Bye-bye. Happy New Year. Happy Hogmanay.
I'm going to kill myself.